Welcome back to Keith and Kevin's Repair and Restoration. Today we're working on this 1998 Dodge Ram. We're actually going to be replacing the shift handle. If any of you have owned these Dodges for a period of time, you know sometimes the weirdest parts break on these things. There's an old saying about these round bodies that the whole body wears out around the engine and drivetrain. And that's pretty true, and same as with this one. This is a cream puff truck with only about 78,000 miles on it. The transmission selector has an interesting issue. What's that issue there, Kev? What did the owner try to do there?
Tape it. And that worked for about 15 years. 15
years it's been taped, but the owner says, you know what, I'm tired of it, and we know you guys can fix it. And he's right, we're going to fix it. But before you fix it, you want to make sure that your overdrive light switch is actually working. So we're going to test that real quick, make sure the computer's recognizing it before we do any work on this.
I hope it works after I just bent it.
Pretty much. Now, the 46 RE transmission that's in this truck, it's the medium-duty transmission. There's a bigger one, the 48 RE, but that only became behind diesels. So the 46 came behind the 5.9, which is what this truck is. And pretty much it shuts off the overdrive, which is really important on these transmissions. If you're towing heavy, you definitely want overdrive turned off, or you'll burn up the overdrive unit. And yes, it's a unit. It's built actually behind the transmission. But for Dodge, it seemed to work quite well until one day either the switch goes out or you got a problem with the solenoid for the overdrive unit. But this one works good. We've already tested it. Drives fine. But the owner's just tired of this limp issue. You can only put so much tape on it. You know, pretty much tape's going to wear out. This truck does get hot in summertime. But yeah, we're going to replace it. Really, there's no fix for it. You just order one from eBay like we did. It's all put together, low miles. And pretty much it's one bolt, but the steering column does got to come apart, so we're going to go ahead and get that apart now for you.
So we're going to try to do this the quick and dirty way, as we've always showed you. You're going to have, on a Dodge steering column, you're mostly going to have 4 bolts. That ranges all the way from the Cummins, if it has this dash style, to the Dakotas, to the Rams. Don't lose your screws, as you can see.
They tiny.
They are Torex, or Torex. Magnetic tray. Okay, you're going to have one in the center. I had my Dodge Dakota steering column apart in about 8 minutes. It's not actually hard. They kind of pulled a book out of Chevy's book, but Dodge actually pulled it off, and your steering column doesn't come apart.
Oh, like mine on my 95 where it's 2 pieces dangling?
Yeah, and it just snaps with plastic.
Yeah. Right.
If you hear that snap, crackle, and pop, it means that this steering column probably hasn't been torn apart before. But if you don't hear that snap, crackle, pop, your steering column's probably been torn apart before. Okay, and you're going to have one little guy back here. Ooh.
Love that factory popping.
Crunchy. No, I just don't want plastic to break. Our subscriber would not be happy.
Oh yeah, did we fail to mention this is one of our subscribers' cars? We do work on our subscribers' cars.
Verify and make sure you have no other bolts. To take a Dodge steering column apart, you will have to take out the tilt control lever. In a lot of Dodges, it will just rotate out. Sometimes it won't, sometimes it will. So I'm hoping this one does, or else I'm gonna have to fight with it.
Yeah, our subscribers like the tilt controls, so just take your time.
Don't manhandle it. Righty tighty, lefty loosey on this. You can tell this dash has never been into. It comes out just like that. The reason why it comes out so hard is because they have factory goop on it.
Yeah, some type of primer Loctite system on it.
Put that in your magnetic tray. Now this will hopefully come down. There is some plastic locks on it, so you kind of just got to play with it.
Gone in 60 seconds.
You know, if I was really trying, I could be gone in 60 seconds, but is a subscriber's car, and we just gotta be really careful. He'll know.
Yep. He likes his stuff perfect.
Like that.
You need the tilt now.
You might want to put that back in.
Now that you got the covers off. Right.
Just be careful when you put it back in. You don't de-thread it. Because you can. I've done it. It sucks.
Next, remove the bottom panel. Otherwise, you're going to end up breaking all your plastic pieces, and we'd rather not do that. So, a couple extra minutes of diligence will pay dividends.
Oh, they pulled one out of GM's book. They used a 7.
Dodge should be all metric.
Yeah, but Chevy uses 7mm for their dash too. You should have 3 bolts on the bottom dash unless someone lost one or it wouldn't hold no more, and so they put like 8 of them in.
Or be like the diesel where it just falls out.
Yeah.
But this is a 5.9, so it doesn't idle bad.
As long as you take care of them. It always gets stuck on the plastic, like right there at the end. It's easier to unscrew it when it's still in the metal. Oh, there's 2. I don't know if that hood latch is gonna hold it up or not. And it's weird, some of these are like tilted, so you can't hit it straight on.
Well, I can probably tell you this bottom's been off because it's got that brake controller here.
Yeah.
There's that brake controller going to have to come out. That's all it's moving.
I hope not. I'm gonna have to open the door.
Opening the door. If you have the optional brake controller, you may have to disassemble that too.
Yeah.
This truck used to tow something above 3,000 pounds, and you know that because that's when a brake controller is required when you have a trailer with electric brakes.
The brake controller is what's still holding this up.
Some of you may have that, some of you may not. I gotta say, he did put it in a groovy space. Most of the time I find him right underneath the brake. Okay. Alright, store your parts carefully.
Okay, and I'm gonna keep the door open. Oh, they did put one more screw in.
One more screw.
I knew there was gonna be 5 screws. I was just waiting for it.
This is why you take your time and just don't pry and pull.
Well, you could be like some guys on YouTube that just have trucks they don't care about. Just take an axe, the steering column, and drill out the...
Painful to watch.
Yeah. Don't forget, this is tricky to get back in. Okay, now can we leave that in and still get this out? That's the next question.
Maybe if you put it in first gear.
And now I just gotta find the keys again.
Whoops.
I want to take as less from this.
There you go.
Can I get in there? I don't really want to take that
You don't
out.
have to take the top off. You just take the little ribbon piece out.
Oh, please don't tell me. Oh.
Take that, move it, and you got access to it, but you're going to have to use the specialty tool to get at that.
It's a pin.
It's a pin?
It's a pin, not a bolt. It's a pin.
Oh, pound. Do some bam bam.
Well, take some of this extra grease while you have it, and put it on the new one.
Definitely need grease. You don't want this part dry. We're going to use the factory leftover grease, because why not? It's there, and we don't want to waste it.
Nope. Alright, well I guess I'm going to get a hammer and...
Punch.
Yeah. Too bad this wasn't like the 80s Dodges, where you could take the key out while it was still running. Because then I wouldn't have to have the keys here while I'm trying to mess with that.
It is kind of unfortunate.
Alright, I will be right back. I thought
I thought it would be bolted.
it would be bolted too.
Pinned.